apologize for a couple of issues that have happened today. First off, as the disclaimer says, I do pass out sometimes. That happened today, so I'm running nearly 3 hours behind schedule. So apologies for that. Took a while for me to kind of regain the ability to talk and whatever. And I'm feeling quite tired and out of it. Anybody who's experienced my episodes before are at least somewhat aware of how it affects me, but the short version is grab insomnia, grab narcolepsy, and occasionally grab sleepwalking and shove them all together simultaneously. It's not fun. But I have myself a nice coffee to try and help perk me up a bit. I have myself a nice game to pay attention to, and I have you guys to keep me either entertained or thoroughly distracted the entire way through. So, without any further ado, let's get started on Gone Home. Good morning to you, Haster. So, last time when we finished this, we were a little over halfway, if I'm assuming, through the game, and we just made it to the dining room. So let's get going. Alright, so I'll give a quick recap, just in case anybody is joining in for the first time and didn't see the previous Gone Home segment. We are, in fact, I'm going to take us back to the main room so that you can see. We are in this large house. It is a mansion that our family has recently acquired, or rather, we, being this lovely young girl called Kat, went on a trip to Europe, just touring Europe, various places. That's us there in the top. And Katie. And we were gone for about 9 months, 8-9 months, and when we've come back, everybody's missing. Everybody's gone. We don't know what's happened. So no one was home to greet us. When we called to say, you know, hey, don't worry, pick me up from the airport, I'll catch a taxi. Nobody answered the phone. So we arrived, the house has been abandoned, and we've been exploring the house trying to find out what has happened. Now, almost everything that we found out so far has been floating around this girl, Sam, our sister. We have our mother, and we have Dad. So Mum is Jan, and the father is Terry. I'm going to start talking about the father for a quick moment. Our father is sort of a conspiracy science fiction writer. Whether he himself believes in conspiracy theories or not is an entirely different question. Also, it's raining. He, however, wrote 2 science fiction time travel books back in the 70s of this guy saving Kennedy from assassination. But then he got dropped, and he's been a struggling whatever he is. Like, he started writing reviews for a company, just like product reviews and that sort of thing. But we haven't found out if he's been fired yet, or if his job is just very much on the line, because he just hasn't been putting in a very good effort. Regardless, that's more or less Terry. There's one other important thing about Terry, and that is this mansion used to belong to his uncle, who apparently went psychotic at some point, and thus the house is known as the Psycho House. This does impact Sam when I get to her. So, that is everything I think you need to know about Terry. Jan is a park ranger. She's been working, doing, just as the park ranger. She's very good at her job, but some new park ranger rocked up in town by the name of Ranger Rick. Immediately, we suspected that there was an affair going on, and it looks like there may, in fact, be an affair going on. Or at the very least, we know that Jan thinks that there is potential for one at this point. We learned that through correspondences, letters between her and her friend Carol from high school. University, in fact, sorry. Dorm room, dorm flatmate, whatever. Now, Sam. Almost everything we found so far in this story has been relating to Sam. In fact, what we have, all of these audio files, which is how I assessed we're a little over halfway through, all of this are Sam's journals, entries from Sam's journal. Now, we haven't actually physically found the journal yet. I think, if what I've been told is correct, that the journal is a physical object we do find eventually in the game. But kind of like it's just the storytelling method. We're getting excerpts of Sam's journal as we find pieces of information. So, what we've learned from all of these journal entries, though, is that just after we left in August, I think it was August 1974. 1994. 74 was when he got his book published, his first one. But we left in 1994. We've come back in June 1995. So at first it seemed like had anybody been in this house for 9 months. But over this time, we've been getting excerpts from the diary, and as you can see, we've at least found diary entries going all the way to April 10th. In this time, Sam enrolled in a new school where she was having a hard time making friends. But she did make friends with one girl. Now, initially, part of the reason she was having trouble making friends is because she lived in the psycho house. So people didn't want to associate with her, or they knew her before they'd even met her, so just reputation problems. But she managed to become enamored with this girl called Lonnie, who, we found a photo of her. I think it was in here. Was it in here? Yes. This is Lonnie. She was training to be in the army, and both Sam and Lonnie ended up striking a relationship together, which is very lovely for the both of them. But a little bit before we ended the last session, we discovered that in around the March-April time frame, they kind of revealed to each other Sam is going to go away. She wants to be a writer like her father. So she's going to be going to a sort of writer's camp course sort of thing. But at the same time she's looking at doing that, Lonnie is looking at joining the army. So at the moment their relationship seems to be, this is going to end. Enjoy it while we still can, but it is going to end. And that's more or less where we got to. In fact, just to give you a little bit of a recap, I'm going to play the last audio file that we found so far. Okay, maybe I can't play it, but you can read it at least. Is there a way for me to play it? Oh. Yes, I'm not actually sure how to play. There we go.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
So, the only thing left to show you, I suppose, is the map. which purple believe indicates that there's still something in this room to find, or there's something to be unlocked, or it may just be where we are now. In fact, now that I'm looking at it, it's probably just where we are now. Sorry. Everywhere that we've explored so far, as well as a couple of secret locations, is on this map. And we were just over here with the kitchen and so on in sight. So we're going to get to it. As always, feel free to comment, make suggestions if you spot something I don't, like if I hadn't spotted this, which I have, but I'll show it to you anyway, because we don't know what it means yet. Think that that's supposed to mean that either there's 7 of the, I don't know. I'm not sure what that means yet necessarily. Might be something between Lonnie and Sam, or it might be something between Jan and Ranger Rick. So that's one of Mum's manuals, that's also one of Mum's purses. We've already been through all of this stuff. Now we're going into here. Takes us back over there. There's a lot more space. This house is massive! Light switch. That helps. Yeah, this house is freaking massive. Alright. Let's check out the kitchen. That's one of Dad's books, Terence Greenbrier. The last time we found a box full of Dad's books, he had his porn stash underneath it. You have a tape? If you can hear me over it. I recently recalibrated the sound, so hopefully you can hear me well over the sound. Do let me know if you can't. Well, the good news is that at least none of this food is moldy, so hopefully we can't tell if it's moldy. It's all still freaking packaged. Is there an expiration date? Can we tell when the last time people were here? We don't know how long this house has been empty. So far, based on the journals, it's at least April that it had people in it. But we're currently in June. No expiration date? At least none that I can see and read. Jan 1995. Did you not have expiration dates on everything? Wait, milk. 06/05/95, so American dating, so 5th of June. Alright, so good chance that there was somebody here at least a week ago. Better what I do with the cutting board. Put it in the dishwasher! There we go! Is there anything important in the dishwasher? Probably not. No, I broke it. I broke it! Where is everything that should be in here, though? The place looks cleared out. Mum and Dad's bedroom looked a little bit cleared out as well, like somebody had gone through it and was looking for something. No pizza in the pizza box, nothing running. Breed story. Samantha and Danielle were in the woods one day. Okay, this looks like, so... Actually, I'm not sure. I'm assuming that this is probably something Sam wrote when she was younger. We've seen a couple of her old childhood stories. It was sunny, and they were on an adventure. On an oven. But they went to the I don't know, something part of the woods, and it got dark. Danny said, "Are you scarred?" So Samantha said, "No." Number 3, "Are you?" They learned something and went more into bad parts than they went. This is I don't know what it's like on your end. The screen is not full screen on my end. It's actually even harder to read. To a part that was never there before, and there was a ship, a pirate ship. On a cushion, Samantha said, "Yeah, the start of the pirate fixation. Yeah, you're probably right." Said, "I'll be the captain and you be the first mate," Danielle said. Aye, captain," and they went on the pirate ship and started sailing away. You know, that might be even more interesting. So, as Hester points out, started the pirate fixation. A lot of Sam's writing, in fact, I think all of Sam's writing up until this point, has been about a Captain Allegra, who assume is probably author insert sort of thing, and the adventures of Captain Allegra and her first mate. This is the first time that the first mate has ever been named to any extent, and Daniel, if I recall correctly, was Sam's childhood friend in primary school. Like first, second grade, whatever. I don't know the American terms for that. But as she grew older, and she, not sure if it was corresponding exactly when she started her infatuation with Lonnie, if it was a bit earlier or a bit later, but the first mate shifted from being a he to being a she. So this could suggest something about her relationship with Daniel in the past. Aww.
Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. I started reading it, and then there I was, crying at the kitchen table. He asked what was wrong, and I was thinking about how we used to be friends, how much I'd taken for granted. But instead, I told him about school, and Dad, and Lonnie, and then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay. For some reason, I almost believed him.
The game that she borrowed, I don't think it's going to be important after this, but she borrowed Daniel's Nintendo, Super Nintendo I think it was, but still Daniel's Nintendo, along with his Street Fighter game and a couple of other things. So, been over there. Nope, just some random cups and mugs and things. None of them say world's best dad. I'll go in there in a moment. Let's finish looking around this room. Oh, we have a letter. We have light switches. Congratulations on your new position. This is probably for Jan, because it's the forestry. Dear Regional Conservation Director Greenbrier, having received your formal acceptance letter, I write to congratulate you on the new position as Regional Conservation Director of the State Forestry Service. We wish you luck in your final weeks at Flintlock National Forest and very much look forward to welcoming you to your new desk in the State Forestry Office at 8 a.m. on May 1st. Right, cool. Anything else of interest? Something about Boone County, probably the phone directory. Okay, we have a... Katie comes home. Rick's wedding is here. Anniversary trip. Are they still on their anniversary trip or something? No? Dentist. I can't remember what date we specifically came home on. Zoom in a little bit. There's a hiking event. Tell you what, let's find out what date we came home on. Our luggage is still out in the front. If I had picture perfect memory, I wouldn't need to go check, but I need to go check. I hope the front door is still unlocked. I didn't lock it or something behind me, that'd be awkward. Yep, there we go. Alright, what date? June 6th. Okay. Are Mum and Dad still on their the anniversary? Is that where they've been? Yeah, Mum and Dad are on their anniversary trip. Okay, we finally have an explanation as to where they are. After I spent all that time looking at milk cartons to find out if someone had been home. Yep, just a calendar on the wall. Yep. They left some lights on as well, apparently. And a few around the house. I don't think there's anything in here worth grabbing, worth looking at. Alright, let's check out this one. Is there a light switch somewhere? Ah, there. It's like a tool shed. Dear Mr. Greenbrier, first, let me say that I hope this missive finds you well. Hell, it feels like a goddamn miracle that it finds you at all. Do you know how long we've been trying to track you down? Worry not, we aren't the feds, the men in black, or any other sort of creeping fascist hobgoblins. In fact, we're on your side. Let me start from the beginning. Unknown Dimension is what you might call a specialist publishing house. We traffic in the weird, the ahead of its time, the lost but not forgotten but small but dedicated group of plugged-in bibliophiles type of out-there mass market shunning visionary expression that refuses to be taken on anything but its own terms. We've had an unparalleled run since our inception 4 years ago, unearthing and reviving Christ or zombie-like timeless works such as N.N. Bestman's Message of the Snakeman, It's Inside Me by Jens Keller, and Emil Krieger's off-band Venusian Flesh Traders. I hope those are real books. I kind of want to read them now. But ever since we discovered tattered copies of your Accidental series at a church rummage sale in Long Branch, we've been trying to track you down the author of this weird and dark American outsider art. It's just the kind of forgotten portal into 20th century civilization's anxieties and delusions that our readers lose their minds over. James Bond and Harrison Ford might be the dick-swinging heroes that modern suburban America wants, but John Russell's mild-mannered insurance agent by day, reckless history-revising sociopath by night, is the twisted peacekeeper that it deserves to be. That it, being America, deserves. It is our mission to bring him back to life. Okay, so I've typed plenty. What do we want from you? We want your permission to reprint the work, since your original publisher, Mercury Books, folded a decade ago. We want you to supply a new foreword for the books, to appear in brand new editions of The Accidental Savior and The Accidental Pariah, to be produced by Unknown Dimension as a limited run and marketed directly to our highly discerning customer base. And we want to offer you a portion of the proceeds, contract to follow, assuming you're interested in coming along with us on this weird odyssey. We look forward to embarking with you, and to thrusting your work screaming back into the sweating palms of unsuspecting American public. It's about time. Blast off. Hester. Unfortunately, it looks like these books have been fabricated. No. Oh, well. Still, that sounds good for Dad. Like, up until now, we were running around thinking that, Mum's been the bulwark of the family. She's been the one supporting everybody, getting everybody through their tough times, not quite being the best of parents to her daughter, but still trying her best, although possibly having an affair on the side. Meanwhile, Dad seemed to be in a bit of a depressive funk and, failing at his job. Hopefully that's a good move for him. What have we got here? Sam, your mother and I will be away for a long weekend celebrating our anniversary June 3 to 7. We will be camping in the gorge, but we will give you a call on the way home. Sorry the kitchen is still mid-renovation. Okay, that explains that then. Never trust a contractor. $40 is on the table to order pizza while we're gone. Be good, Dad. Oh, that's nice. Is that Lonnie's hat? Probably not Sam's hat.
I asked Lonnie what she had to do to get ready to ship out for basic training. She said, not a lot, really. You're not allowed to bring anything with you. You have no possessions, no contact with the outside world while you're in basic. You just train hard every day, and then you deploy from there. So, they'll just send her away. To who knows where. The other side of the country? The other side of the world? My mind, can't process it. She's really going to be gone. Just gone.
I was thinking the same thing. By the way, interestingly enough, the stream says that I've got 0 viewers, but clearly at least one of you is commenting. So, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but thank you for paying attention. Even it's showing 3 for you. Okay, it's showing 0 on my end. So 3 people. I'm happy with that. Makes for a good start. Oh hey, a piece of artwork that doesn't look like it came out of a Stephen King novel. I sent this one from Barcelona. Better light. Hi Mum and Dad, I've had a wonderful time on the beaches of Barcelona. Dad and Sam, I think you would like the gaudy architecture. It is from a strange alien world. I am heading to my final destination, Amsterdam. For how long? That depends. I'm running low on money. I will look for a cheap standby ticket and call you when I'm headed home. Sorry for the short notice. Can't wait to see you all again. It'll be good to be home. Love, Katie. So. Yep. Crumpled note. Going away show for Lonnie. Girl Scout, I can't recall if specifically, but I think that the booted out Girl Scouts last show ever, that's Lonnie's band essentially. Lonnie joined a band near the end.
Lonnie had her going away show with her band tonight. She's so incredible on stage. When she was singing, I could practically forget everything. That we only had 48 hours left. That I don't know what comes next. That I can't live without her. Then she dedicated the last song to me. And I couldn't take it. I was out on the curb in the alley, sobbing till my ribs hurt. I would follow her anywhere, Katie. But I can't. Where she's going. After a long time, she found me. She said she was sorry. She said, I wish things could be different. I just wanted to make you happy. I said, I don't think you can anymore.
It might take a couple extra months, but yeah, not the worst idea. Assuming that Sam doesn't have moral objections to the army, which she might. We found yet another bathroom. And look! It has toilet paper! The most important resource there is. So what everybody keeps next to their toilet? Recipe books. Detergent. Cleaning powder. Anything in the washing machine? Nope. There's towels all over this house as well. Like, there is an obscene number of towels. I can't decide if it's a legitimate plot point, or if any time they just needed to fill up space, like graphical space in this game, they just went, throw some towels in there, it'll be fine. Oh, there is something in here. Sam, I wish I knew how to explain it better. The army is this thing I grew up with. It's part of me. My dad's army friends are like family. I've always known it was where I'll end up. I'd never thought of it any other way. I wish things could be different. Maybe someday, when I'm settled at a base, and you're done with college, and you're a famous writer, and I can rebuild a tank engine with my eyes closed, things will be different, and we can be together. Until then, Lonnie. I'm not sure if there's more. It looks like there might have been more written down there, but still. Nope, no audio file this time. A light switch or something for this greenhouse. Unexpected greenhouse. As usual, yell if you think there's something I've missed, because... Oh, here we go. Dear Kaz, I can't tell you what a joy it is to see John Russell back in print. Thank you very much for sending along copies of the new editions. The cover art is really something. I know you said that Unknown Dimensions isn't in the business of printing new material, but this revived interest in my work has brought on a wave of inspiration, resulting in a manuscript that completes John Russell's journey, which I think you may find intriguing. It is reflective and introspective, without forgetting the excitement and weirdness that Unknown Dimension readers expect. I hope this might be an exciting new direction for Unknown Dimension to pursue. At the very least, I am grateful that John Russell's adventures didn't come to an end quite when I thought they had. My thanks and regards, Terence Greenbrier. That's actually really nice for Dad. I think I mentioned it earlier, but there's been a 20-year gap between when he published his second book, and we found evidence that he was working on a third one, and there was just the 20-year gap. Now we know why there was that 20-year gap, and why he started working on it afresh. So this must be the new book cover, the one that isn't concealing his porn. Oh, couples counseling. They did not go on an anniversary. Oh dear. Has he finished it? Is this a completed manuscript? Accidental human. Fucking good on him. Keep that safe. No getting that wet. Cover copy. It's been almost 20 years since John Russell heard the call. Twice he saved the president's life. He's practically forgotten the days of the future, of danger and excitement. The days where he mattered. So when that familiar rip in time opens in front of him, and his handlers peer out, doesn't hesitate. Is the president in danger? No. The life you saved this time will be your own. Whee! I am a excellent, excellent daughter. Whee! Alright. Doesn't look like there's anything more to look at there. Is that a map? Where we'll do it? Yeah. There's another secret room.
We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever, and we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off, then ran up to the attic to look through our photos, to find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past, and there wouldn't be any more. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried.
Join the army.
And she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too. I was so exhausted. I must have fallen asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up, and I was finally alone.
No, don't let life move on. Grab it by the balls. Join the army with her. Is there anything else this way? Did I just do a weird circle? No. Have I missed anything out here? And clearly purple says where we are. That Bible we put on the ground ages ago. Whee! Oh! Oh dear. We've seen a Ouija board at least once before as well. One of the things that Lonnie and Sam bonded over was, there's totally ghosts in this house. So, let's start with this. Possession and exorcism, interacting with the supernatural. Noted psychologist Christine Quinn guides the reader through the protection of spirit possession in oneself and others. What's that lamp on the floor though? Can't pick it up though. Oscar name tag apparently. So Oscar is the Terrence's uncle, the one who used to own this mansion, died. One interesting thing about him that we've picked up so far is he used to run, I think it was a pharmacy, and then he just up and sold that pharmacy for $1. And we don't know why. It was just a big mystery. Even like in the newspapers, there was a newspaper article about it. Yeah, we have some chalk. We have the attic key. Finally.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
No. What's the date? Okay, that was today. So maybe that's where Sam has been all this time. This could be it. This could be the end of the game. We might finally find Sam, who, against many of our expectations, has not been abducted by aliens or possessed by ghosts or any number of things. Nope. Someone's been sleeping up here. Nope. Sorry.
Oh my god. Katie, I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the third one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the Army and being apart and all of it. And so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us." And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes.
Love is more powerful than the armed forces, it seems. Okay, that's photography fluid, not some form of Romeo and Juliet style love of poison or something. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. They've been printing photos, it seems. Someone has been. Is this it? Is this the glorious end of the game? Are we here?
Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal and you think back, that you'll understand why I had to do what I did. And that you won't be sad, and you won't hate me, and you'll just know that I am where I need to be. I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again, someday. Love, Sam.
That's what I'd take away from it, but what do you think? We've got to give thanks to the cat. You're welcome. thanks for tuning in. Even if it was only for like half an hour. I had no idea we were that close to the end. If I'd realised we could have just pushed it the other night, we could have finished it in one sitting. Alright. Well then. I hadn't actually planned on the basis of this game ending so soon. I suppose... Does anybody want a game of Jackbox? I probably won't live stream it, unless people want me to live stream it for some reason. Well, obviously I will live stream it so that people can actually play, but I mean I won't Twitch it, unless people decide that's what they want. Quick game of Civ. There is no such thing as a quick game of Civ, and you know it. More importantly, I don't have Civ installed at the moment, but I'll keep that in mind in future. I do, however, have the Jackbox game installed, so if anybody wants to have a crack at some Jackbox games, drop me a line on Facebook, or drop me a line on Discord, or however you have to communicate with me more or less directly, and sod it, let's do a game. If I switch any more today, it'll be because I'm twitching some Jackbox. In the meantime, give me suggestions of other games. So, Monday, Tuesdays, at approximately 10 AM on Malta time, and 6 PM Australia, Melbourne time, I'm running Dark Souls with Liam, who is a lore expert. He wrote a couple of the wiki and lore articles that are considered mainstream of the fandom. But that's only on Mondays and Tuesdays, so I'm open to other game suggestions. Either just to casually play, similar to this one, or if there is a game that you feel that you know incredibly well, in great layers of depth, and you want to, I'll play it, and you comment and you tell us all those secret little tidbits, all those in-depth details that you wouldn't get in, that you wouldn't know about unless you really looked into the game, drop me a line. That is what I want this channel to be, that is what I want to get out of this. So, feel free to throw your suggestions at me. In the meantime, I suppose that's it. So, thank you for joining me on this wild and unexpectedly short romp through Gone Home. And I hope you have a very nice evening, day, whatever time it is where you are. Farewell.